Ladies and gentlemen, all of you music fans assembled around the world, a proper bona fide modern superstar just entered the building. Will you please put your hands together? I'm talking about everybody outside the room as well. We can hear you all over the globe. Young Miko!
What's up, what's up, what's up?
Wow. How are you? Welcome back from the desert. How was it?
Thank you so much. I'm good. How are you? See, I kind of lost my voice.
Same, we all did.
Because I gave it my all.
Yeah, I know.
Todísima.
I know. And plus that dry air, all that desert, all of that dust, everything.
Oh my God, I feel like I brought the desert back with me in my lungs.
That's fine. You can leave it there when you go back this weekend.
Yeah, I'm getting better already. It was worth it.
So let's talk a little bit about the experience overall and keep it as of the moment. How was the overall experience of the festival as a fan as well as an artist,
It's so different from going and performing. I think it was my first time ever going to any sort of festival, just like as a fan to enjoy the shows.
Yeah.
And it was my first time at that festival as well, going as a fan. And I was able to go with my friends. It was my brother's birthday weekend.
Amazing.
So I took him. It was his first time as well. He got to see all the artists he wanted to see. He met a bunch of them.
Beautiful.
Oh my God, I had a blast. It was probably one of the best weekends ever.
Isn't it amazing when you have this dream that you want to go and be a part of this community, be an artist, have experiences, meet like-minded, wonderful, creative people, but then you get to share that with the people you love.
It's so crazy, actually, yeah. And then just being able to have that space, as you say, for example, my brother was dying to see the Cat's Eye Girls, and then we were able to go see them, and I was able to say hi to a few of them backstage, and I took my brother with me, and they all wished him a happy birthday.
They're so nice, those girls.
Nice, they're sweethearts. I love them.
They really are, working really hard.
They did amazing, yeah.
Working really, really hard, and people don't talk enough about the work that it takes. You put in the work. You are definitely somebody who understands that talent is not enough, and you have boundless talent, but you match it with this work ethic. Was that always you? Were you always a hard worker as a kid?
Always. I'm always been an overachiever. Like when I played soccer, I played national team, and then when I tattooed, I worked at a tattoo shop, and I was I was fully booked on tattoo appointments, and then when I started doing music, I was I'm going all out as I usually do. So todo o nada, that's the way I've been taught to do things. You either go with your all or just don't.
Rewinding a little bit to some of those other passions that you had, talking about soccer for a second, obviously sports at one point was your focus because we all know the effort it requires to get into a national team in a sport.
Yeah.
You can't be a part-timer.
Totally.
At what point did you decide that you didn't want to see that through?
I studied at one college, and then I had to transfer to another college, and then I got a penalty where I couldn't play for a year because of the transfer.
Wow.
And then during that transfer, I started tattooing and I started playing around with music. And then I just instantly fell in love. And I think it was a sort of love that I had never felt before towards something, and I just knew. So I just kind of stopped playing soccer. I went from 100 to 0.
Is there a part of you, even with all the success that you've had and the fulfillment you get out of the arts, that feels a little bit divorced from that passion of soccer and playing the sport, Because you obviously, when you're a kid and you start finding a sport that you love, man, it consumes you,
It is.
So when you break that connection hard and fast, with time, do you look back on it and be like, I kind of miss it in a nice way?
Yeah, I do. Sometimes my friends and I joke that we should get together and play for fun. There's soccer fields all over Puerto Rico that people sort of rent out just for fun.
Yeah, social.
Yeah, exactly. And then we talk about that all the time because it even feels like it didn't even happen. It was so long ago. I feel like I've lived so many lives.
Would it be strange for you to go back and even play socially, given that it was something that is kind of unfulfilled to some degree, even though you made the decision to stop? Because everyone else is we want to see you play whatever. But I can imagine for you, it's a little bit guys, it's kind of deep.
It is. It is kind of deep, actually. But I don't know. I think it would come natural to me, sort of like riding a bicycle.
Oh, no doubt about that. I'm sure you could do 1,000 keepy-uppies just for the fucking fun of it.
But I bet it would bring back so many memories.
Yeah.
So many nice memories. All of my best friends, most of them, I met them playing soccer, Mariana included, and Mauro is her brother, so I met him as well. and Kali, who's around me all the time.
And now you all get to go on this road, on this
I
other
know,
journey.
it's sort of like we're playing a different sort of field, you know what I mean?
Yeah, beautifully put, for sure. And by the way, you know, it is. I don't like the idea of music being competitive, even though it undeniably is, through the fact that you have to try to carve a lane for yourself, which means you have to cut through others. But there is a work ethic and there is a focus that you get from athletics that I do believe that some artists understand in the arts.
I think it goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like, I definitely learned a lot from the sport, to have dedication, to be consistent, to be responsible, to work in teams. That teamwork is definitely stronger than trying to do things by yourself. And I think I've unconsciously like applied all of that to my music and my career, and then it just like came naturally. And anytime anybody asked me about a secret recipe or something, I think that was like crucial in our success. I definitely have to like mention the fact that I've always worked with my team from day one, and I've allowed myself to be taken care of by the people that genuinely want my best interest at heart, you know?
Oh, that's a truth bomb right there. I love that. Allow yourself to be taken care of.
And to be helped as well, and to like
beautiful.
recognize when you need help and when you need a hug, and to have people that ground you around you all the time allows you to stay true to yourself. I always feel like I'm stuck in my ways, but like in a good way.
Yeah, and also trust is an exercise, and you have to exercise it.
And it's not easy.
It's not easy, and it's not that thing that it's like, often people talk about the concept of trust being like, well, I don't trust you or I trust you. It's all you. But trust really is a self-fulfilling exercise.
Totally.
It's about allowing yourself to be yourself around others.
It's putting yourself out there and like, even like being open to the possibility that you might be let down or get hurt, but like it's part of the process, you know?
Yeah.
And we can't be like holding back in life just because we're scared of a certain outcome.
How are you going to write a song, Baby, I'm a Freak, if you're not going to be open about your freakiness?
Exactly.
You got to be able to say,
Totally.
I'm a total freak. And someone
Own
goes,
your freakiness.
I'm a freak as well. Let's be open about our freakiness. That's called trust.
Let's bring it back. Let's bring back freakiness.
Let's bring back freaky.
I'm bringing freaky back.
You're bringing freaky. You're bringing freaky back. Justin Timberlake would agree with that.
I was going crazy on this cantaloupe.
There he was. All right. I love it when we can work our soundboard into conversation.
There's no way you had that in there casually.
I never thought we would be able to drop the cantaloupe into conversation.
That's hilarious.
That was an always out of context soundboard drop. But you know, you start bringing up Justin Timberlake and...
I was going crazy on this cantaloupe.
Apparently so. I mean, when you heard that, you must just be like, oh, the pen's going to do the work right now, because the beat is just so delightful. It's so hard and it's so almost Miami bass, but it's playful and light on its feet as well, you know?
When Mauro showed me the beat, he named it Sexy Ass Beat.
he's right.
That's what he named it.
He's right.
Shout out to Mauro.
Yeah, man. So we're getting this beautiful addition to an already great album. Let me ask you, was this one part of the album sessions or is this a new one?
This is a new one.
Because you wouldn't have left this off the album.
No, of course not.
No.
This is actually the first song to be created out of the deluxe.
Amazing.
That'll be coming out.
It speaks to me that you came out of the whole experience of making that record and releasing that record with confidence, because I hear you coming into this like, oh, shit, I know what I'm doing now.
Oh my
this
God,
is
right?
like, do you know what I mean?
I appreciate that so much. It definitely felt like that.
Yeah. So how has recording music changed since you got that album out, and how has it, we talk about confidence, that's a loose term. If we could be a bit more specific about how you're walking into studios now and what you're trying to say and how you feel about your own art.
I love that. When I was creating the Do Not Disturb album, I was going through a weird time like in my life, and I mostly used the album as like an outlet, and like I really wanted it to, at the end of the day, feel like it was an important healing process for me. And I feel like D&D was like a project where I had a lot of things I needed to say and like get out of my chest, and like I needed to put in the work to start to have fun again. I don't know where that got lost a little bit, and it wasn't intentional, and I'm not saying I didn't have fun, but there was definitely a sort of weight on my shoulders, and I don't know, there was like a little rock in my shoe. I don't know how to explain it, you know?
It's beautifully put. It's very descriptive. The idea that I still want to walk, but it's just not as comfortable as I want it to be.
Exactly, precisely. And then like with this deluxe, I was so happy to be able to feel like I was able to really achieve that with D&D. Like I decided to make the deluxe because I think I had a little bit of like an emotional attachment to the Do Not Disturb world. And I'm so happy with the person I came out the other side of the album. And I feel like I really like was able to heal a lot of things, and or at least really start healing a lot of things that I wanted to work on. And the deluxe, like this single was so perfect to put it out first because this is the energy throughout the deluxe.
Stone is out of the shoe.
Exactly. Yeah. And you can really, 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 really like feel me having fun again in the studio. And
If you want to chirp, by the way,
Right.
I would totally respect
my
it.
friends had to drag me through my feet to get me out of the studio because we were like on a roll. It was just like a great momentum going, and we got them done pretty quick because like it was just, I don't know, it was in the air, and Mauro and I were really connected in the studio as well. And all my friends that got to work writing with me, I'm so excited.
You know, you've been such a generous collaborator with others, and it speaks to your music and you as a person too. I think a lot of people get very confused and they think that collaborations are purely a trade. The best collaborations happen because there's a personal connection.
Totally.
Because someone wants to actually have someone on their record because they like their energy
Totally.
and how they make them feel. It's not just because you have 1 million followers and I have 1 million followers, so together we're going to have 2 million followers, whatever, fuck that.
It's something you can't fight.
You can't fight it, right?
It
And
transcends the record.
it really does. So I want to ask you, obviously that's very important to you. What makes you say yes? How do you know yes?
I think it's a feeling like I said, like it transcends music. Like it's something that you feel with this person. And like, for example, in the D&D album, I only had Eladio as the only feature. It was a project where I really wasn't chasing features. It was a really introspective,
Well, you
like,
just said it was about you.
yeah, piece of work. And I was so, like, I had this crazy tunnel vision, you know, with the album that I wasn't really looking at anything else. And then one day I was just like, casually, it happened randomly. Like I had a session in one room and Eladio was in a room next to me. And then we sort of just collided. He came by to say hi. We started chatting and
then just, I guess.
it just happened. And then we were like casually chatting. I was showing him some of the songs and he heard Traviesa and like his eyes were like wide open. He's like, whoa. I'm like, you like it? You want to hop on it? He's like, hell yeah. And then the feature just happened and I'm really happy it came like that way. And features are all about complementing each other. That's how I feel. And like working with chemistry with another person is such a fun adventure. Like, how do we make our worlds, you know, collaborate? And how would we sound together on this project? What would be a ground where we both feel comfortable and like bring the best out of each other and make it feel genuine and fun as well? I think you can tell when you listen to a song when a feature was like genuinely super fun or it was sort of a little bit forced.
Yeah. And I always think it must be really fun. I often talk about this, the fact that, you know, people get to like include your collaborations in their sets and you get to bring elements of what you've done with others in your set. And it's like, you can go on stage now in any arenas and for the rest of your life, just decide to work a little bit of Gabriella into the set or not.
Totally,
You know what I
totally.
mean? It's just
Yeah.
touch it for a second because it's just
Totally.
like, hey man, it's a Cat's Eye song, but fuck, you know,
Right.
I crushed that shit. So let me get on that shit.
They make you a part of it and you can revisit old collaborations as well anytime if it feels right.
Yeah, for sure.
I think it lives forever. It's timeless.
We had the incredible Luisa Sonsa on yesterday, and what a deep artist she is.
Totally.
Like,
Her album was amazing.
Amazing, like so much creativity, progressive and adventurous.
The transitions between songs were seamless.
I was talking to her, I was saying like, man, it feels like sometimes you took half that song and a third of that song, and she was like,
Right.
yeah, like they didn't construct it in a lot of ways. Obviously there are beautiful, complete song structures and arrangements, but there's moments where I just feel they're like, try it. Just try it.
And you can really feel that.
You can feel that. How was that experience working with Luisa Sonsa and for yourself in particular, who are two artists who have built an enormous and very passionate fan base coming out of the community to the wider world, but are just starting to really get the world's attention now?
Yeah, it was really fun. We had followed each other on social media for a while now.
Yeah.
And I had heard her music for a really long time as well. And I had always like been really intrigued in working with an artist from Brazil. I've never been to Brazil, and I have a lot of fans over there, and I'm dying to visit. Hopefully I will someday. And then when she reached out and I heard the song, I heard 5 seconds of the song.
You knew.
I knew. I was
away.
already like looking at Model, like, when are we gonna book a day to record this one? Because this is so fun.
This is dream chasing, everybody. If you're listening to this around the world, you know, let's just acknowledge the amount of work that's required and the commitment, the sacrifice of the travel and being away from family as much. But let's also take the time to acknowledge that when you get to a place where you start to receive inspiration and opportunities from people you admire, that is dream chasing. All right, for those people that don't know and they haven't done the math, let me break it down for you. As well as making your own amazing music, you have also done, just to finish the conversation and close the loop on that, collaborations with, and don't just think about how many are here, think about who they are and how often they work with people. Skrillex. That in itself is crazy. Sonny just doesn't fuck with anybody. He is so deliberate with who he works with. That guy is like razor focused.
And we got along so well.
He's the best.
He's the best.
He's the best. He took me out on tour when I was a younger DJ. He took me out on tour, multiple tours.
That must have been crazy.
Incredible, right? It was just when it was happening, you know, Monsters, the whole thing.
Wow.
Bangarang, all that time. And he was so generous with his time. Skrillex, Bia.
Shout out to Bia.
Rush!
Shout out to Bia.
Unbelievable.
What a great artist.
Cat's Eye.
Love them.
Treno.
¿Me entiende?
Russian. Bad Bunny. Carol G. Central C. Cinch. Cinch. I mean, one of the... Sorry, Cinch. You're going to hate me for saying this. One of the sweetest, nicest, quietest, most just...
Agreed.
Really personable, but very internal.
His aura is so gentle.
So gentle.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart.
People think he's like standoffish. No, he's introverted, I think, in a really lovely way.
Yeah. In a lovely way.
In a lovely way. Not in an offensive, in a lovely way. But anyway, he'll be like, man, don't say that.
He gets shy.
Don't say that. Man, them will think I'm not.
No, it's badass to be a sweetheart.
Man, I mean, it's incredible, you know, what you're doing and how you've established your voice in really short order as well. I mean, I used to be obsessed with time. I try not to be obsessed with time. I try not to be controlled by time anymore. So I don't like to make too much of a thing about like, oh, it's happened so fast. Like it happens fast, it happens slow. It happens. But how do you stay present?
You know, I got this tattoo done when I was working on the album. It says ukiyo.
Is it Japanese?
Yeah. It literally translates to the floating world. It basically says like if you don't be in the present, it'll just go right by you.
Where did you find that? The inspiration for that or the language?
So I've been pretty obsessed ever since I've been a jit with the anime world. And then so I just continue to stumble upon like things like this and mantras and like Japanese mythology, and I don't know, I really admire it because they really treat life as if it's so precious.
Man, that's why Tokyo is my favorite city. That
I've never been.
When I'm not home. Oh, Miko, you're gonna just...
My fans know that if I disappear for months, I'm probably in Japan.
Yeah, look, it's profound. It's not just enjoyable, it's profound. I found, and my family found, when we went there, like...
You went with your family?
Yeah.
That's so nice.
And then I went on my own later. It's just like so incredible. I've been a few times, but it's just, when you go there, you find it's crazy because you're in this city, which when you're up high overlooking it, it feels bigger than any city on the planet. It feels like Gotham. It does. It kind of dwarfs New York in a way because New York goes up and is intense, but this just goes on forever. And then when you're there, I find myself so calm and so at peace.
That's magical.
And I think it's because, and I'm not saying it's not a stressful city for people, but I think it's because of the time people take to do things. They don't rush. And you come back here and everyone's I'm driving here, I'm like, out of the way, what are you doing? Don't stop at the light. Oh, what do you know? And it's like, I
was on the way here.
Yeah, and you never get that feeling out there at all. You get a sense of like, yeah, they're moving with purpose, but there's an order to things. And there's a real, like, to your point, care and thought that is like, centuries old of like, you know, longer of trying to sort of do things the right way. It's cool, man.
It is. I really hug everything I can that I read that I just like resonate with, and that was definitely one of them. And so I feel like this last year with the album and with this deluxe, I've been more present than ever, and I'm so happy about that. I'm really enjoying myself right now. I'm really enjoying my space and my freedom and my creativity. I'm really enjoying my friends and everything I've done. Like going to the festival, for example,
Yeah.
just with my friends and my brother. I had never done something like that.
Going to Super Bowl and just rolling in.
I know.
And being a part of that
And then
celebration.
just
dancing, having a good time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like you had to go with the pressure of it all. It was just like, B's like, I got this. Just roll with me. Benny's like, just come with me.
I know. And then it's like, and it was so genuine and like intentions, and that it ends up working for you.
Yeah.
When you just do things to have fun and
Because you're genuine and well-intentioned. It's like you do put out and you do get back,
Totally.
All right, touring. Shows.
Let's go.
Biggest shows ever, biggest run ever, rightfully
I'm so excited. It's been my dream to do arenas.
Yeah.
For a long time.
I was so happy to see that.
I was so patient with it.
Yeah, you took your time. But again, we talked a little bit about this off the air about the right time for things. And just because there's an interest or an invitation doesn't mean you need to necessarily accept it.
No, totally.
So now that you've accepted it and you're ready to take on this and bring your show to tens of thousands of people, how have you approached it without giving anything away? How fun has it been to approach the creative? Because it's a big room to fill.
Actually, it's the easy part because like especially like for this case, for example, where I've imagined it for such a long time and like manifested it for such a long time. I already envisioned so many things that I just like the moment we got it confirmed, I was like, oh, I already know what I'm gonna do. I want this, I want this, I want that. I'm gonna wear this and I'm gonna do this. And it's like you say, like everything happens when it has to happen. I've been so respectful of the steps and the process and the eras. I really wanna, like I said with this ukiyo like mindset, I really want to hug the present and I really want to hug every stage I'm in. I don't want to feel like I jump steps. Like maybe I could have done arena a few years ago, maybe, but like I was like, wait, but then I'll look back and say I never did theaters or I never did the clubs. And I really want to feel like I respected every single step of the way and I enjoyed it so much. And then these shows where you're so close to the fans, it's when they'll never see you like that again. That close. I mean, hopefully they will, but...
These are wise words from a sage and good human. I'm telling you, if you're listening to this right now and you're an artist.
What's the rush?
Wow, that's a great question. And it's actually deeper than just, it's the kind of question that gets thrown at you when you're a kid and you're trying to get somewhere at the front of a queue or whatever. And a teacher or a parent or a guardian or a friend or an older sibling goes, what's the rush? But it's actually a great question because I think we have been drawn into this environment where the rush is real for people. And they're like, why aren't I there yet? Why haven't I got there yet? Did you ever feel that way at times?
Yeah, for sure.
What got you through it?
I tried to look at it from another angle. Like instead of going, why am I not there yet? I tried to look at it from a perspective of there must be a reason why I'm not there yet. And I probably have to enjoy these things and life will put other things in my way that when this moment comes, I'm going to feel as ready as ever. And that feels like the case right now, which makes me really happy. I'm like dreaming about these arenas and I feel so ready for them. And I'm so excited for the fans to see the things that we're putting together and how amazing it's going to come out. And I always try to deliver my best, and leave it out all on the field or in this case, the stage.
We're going full circle. We're back on the
right?
field, right?
Yeah. And I love that pressure. I love the jitters before stage to get ready and like just knowing that you're going to kill it. And if there's a little mistake in the show or like electrical technical issue or whatever.
It's okay.
It was already written in history. So why am I going to stress over it? How am I going to deal with this? Like the energy I put out with this little issue is what's going to define the whole moment or maybe even the whole show.
It can also make for something that's actually you didn't even think about.
Like when we did the Choli back in Puerto Rico, the first night we had a little technical issue where the sound went off. I lost my in-ears, the box, everything, the dancers, everything. And the sound went out. And I remember thinking like, I'm already here. What can I do? All I can do right now is smile and look pretty. That's really, I remember, the Madagascar movie when the penguins go, just smile and wave, boys. That's honestly what was going through my mind. And It became one of my favorite moments actually of both nights because then the fans just like bounced it right back.
I'm telling you. I mean,
And they never stopped screaming and they never stopped smiling. And it was just such a special moment.
I've got so many good stories of people I admire who have embraced those kind of mistakes in
Yeah,
the
you
greatest
have
way.
to.
There's a technical difficulty. One of them makes a mistake. I remember Scream and Benga, shouts to Scream and Benga during the dubstep craze, and it was really crazy. I don't know, man, something happened. And the tent went from supportive to rowdy to judgmental to angry pretty fast. Right?
It'll
Pretty
go in a
fast.
heartbeat.
It can turn on you
The
pretty
blink of
fast.
an eye.
These two guys stepped back from the decks. I was outside the tent looking in. They lit cigarettes, and they started having a conversation. And just literally like they were in the pub. Just drinking a beer, having a conversation, having a laugh, having a good time, cracking up, high-fiving someone coming on, like nothing mattered. Everything was totally fine, you know? And then after about 3 minutes, like everyone started to stop getting really angry and start to sort of wonder what was going on. And then they started to calm down and have a drink and talk amongst themselves, and no one left and everyone was really chill. And then sure enough, just when the time was right, you know, it was like, all right, we ready? And they didn't say anything. They just walked back on, and they were literally just like, all right, cool, let's fucking, you know, let's do it. And they came on, and they just literally,
Amazing.
boom, 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 and the crowd went crazy because they leaned into it.
Totally.
And they accepted it for what it was.
Carol did that in her show.
Yeah.
She was finishing her show. She was singing Si antes te hubiera conocido. And then she stops the song and then she goes, guys, I'm short on time. So there's a song I really want to sing before I leave. So can we do that? Instead of like, no, they took my time.
They're kicking my time, whatever.
And then
She
the
just
fans were
embraced
like,
it.
yes, whatever you want, queen. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And then she just killed that shit. And that's something you learn along the way.
It can be the best thing. I remember the Prodigy said that to me when everything went down. I said, oh
And
my
it's
God, the
probably the
sound's
best
gone
thing
down.
you can learn.
I said, this is terrible. And Keith
It's
Flint, rest of his
powerful.
soul, said, this is the best thing that could have happened.
Totally. It
'Cause when we
shows
go
how in
on-
control you are.
Yeah, and when we go back on, we have an opportunity to
Totally.
do it again.
Totally.
To take that thing that happened at like 20 minutes ago at the start of the show and do it again.
Totally.
Why would we reject
Life
that?
actually gave you an opportunity to live again.
To do it again.
Isn't that crazy?
Exactly.
It's actually poetic if you think about it.
Yeah, it is. Man, I've had a great time. That was a very, very fast 35 minutes. And I feel like next time we talk, we should stretch out even longer and have a much longer conversation.
However long you want.
Yeah,
I'd love
man,
to.
you really are a real one.
Thank you so
Amazing.
much.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank
You're
you
the
so
best.
much for
Thank you
having me,
so
guys.
much, man. Young Miko, nothing but love and success to you.
Shout out to you, man.